Welcome everyone to Wild Sun Tarot. This is a monthly reading for the zodiac sign of Virgo. Welcome Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We will check in your energies for the month of September 2025. We will see how you're aligning in your financial sector, your relationship sector, and also your relationship with yourself. If this reading doesn't resonate with you, you can check out my other readings, or you can check out my daily readings that I do here on YouTube and on TikTok. Okay, let's see what's happened recently for you, Virgos. Let's check in the recent energy. Okay, we have Four of Swords. Oh, we have the Magician. Yes, we have the Magician reverse, Four of Swords. And Ace of Cups. Okay, so recently, Virgo, for some of you, I feel like you're in a pause when it comes to your creative flow. Okay, so for those Virgos that were creating something, is it a project or maybe something in your career, or maybe even like a hobby? Maybe you're naturally artistic, or you're just trying something new, whatever that is. It feels like you're in a stalemate right now. Maybe you're waiting for something, or you feel like you're not actually prepared to really go for it. Okay, so with the Magician and the Four of Swords in the reverse position, it feels like even though you've got all the tools, maybe you have the material, maybe you already prepared everything, there's something stopping you to really fully embrace this product, for example, right? Or this process of creation. So I don't know what caused this. With Magician, it's often that we don't feel ready to really take that action. Okay, even though we feel like we've built up the courage, we really had our proper training, or we prepared the stuff we need in order to make it, we are lacking this motivation to move. Okay, and with Four of Swords, often it feels like you're waiting for something, like an information or a thought. If you're waiting to motivate yourself, it is something that it's hard to come by itself. You kind of need to push through that and make that first step. With the Ace of Cups here, I feel like maybe for some time you were just lacking the literally this creative flow, that will push this forward. But it's just recently. I feel like it may be coming back. Okay. Now, for the others of you, if this relates to connection, it feels like there may be like new feelings showing up for you, and you're not sure. You don't want to take any step towards it. So there's new feelings showing up, maybe towards someone, maybe towards someone new, maybe towards someone you already know. But again, there's lack of action on your side or on their side as well. In general, there's lack of action here. Um, and it may be caused because, well, you're unsure, okay? Or maybe you don't even want to admit how you feel with yourself, okay? Um, there may be. You may feel like this is like a mismatch with the Magician reverse, like this is not really maybe someone who you would typically go for, or maybe you feel like this is a person, maybe you know this person, and maybe this person wasn't interested in you before, and now it just feels strange that there's some like new feelings of attraction showing up. But yeah, for majority of you, whatever the action, you have the feeling for it, like you would like to try, but there is a huge blockage. Okay, especially with the Magician. Four of Swords, not that much. Four of Swords usually just needs a little bit of motivation, but the Magician is not believing in itself, and it's kind of like you want it to happen just by itself. Like you don't want to take an active role in this process, which it's not the best approach, because usually if we want something to happen for us, and I see you want it, and I see you have the resources to do it. We need to make the first step. So yeah, that's the recent energy. Okay, so it could be a few months ago, it could be yesterday, it could be anywhere in the past, up to 2 years, I would say. Okay, so let's continue. What is the current situation? How that moved further. Okay, we have Five of Pentacles already. Okay. We have the Sun in the reverse. And we have the Nine of Wands. Okay. A lot of fear currently. There is a lot of fear around you, Virgo. Um, and worry, right? So you fear, you worry, things may be unstable at the moment in your life, and very, I want to say, very adult, very harsh. With the Sun in reverse and Five of Pentacles, it feels like maybe there's some, let's say, harsh reality, uh, stuff, situations that you need to deal with, like maybe you really struggle to pay the rent, right? Or really you really struggle to find a job, or you're really struggling with stress and with exhaustion. It is coming up here and there. It feels like you're trying to do a lot of stuff at once. It feels like you're really pushing yourself to the point of exhaustion. So for those of you who do that, it's very interesting because it's a huge change from the past energy. Past energy was very passive, and current energy, I wouldn't say it's extremely like active, but it is feel like it's exhaustion. So for some of you, it may be just that you lack of faith, and you're trying to do stuff, but not, let's say, um like you're exhausting yourself by doing stuff that maybe you don't have to do, instead of just trying to follow your truth path. Okay, so for example, with a Five of Pentacles in the reverse, it feels like after Four of Swords, it feels like you may be feeling like you don't have enough resources. Could be money, could be anything that means resources for you to really move forward with your life, with the idea you had, maybe, or with anything, like any aspect of your life. It feels like you're in a stalemate, exactly like on the card you see, like you're frozen. Maybe your literal assets, money, are frozen, right? Like you need to focus on saving, and you feel like you're in a situation without a way out. And maybe already in the past, like it happened, right? Because Four of Swords is also a situation where you're being passive, but in both cases it's not truly correct that you don't have any way out. Okay, when it comes to Four of Swords in the recent past, it feels like you purposely just stepped back, okay, from something, or you just lay down, or you took a rest. And right now it feels like you don't know how to get up, literally. Okay, so you don't know how to push through whatever it was that made you pause in the first place. And it may relate to money. So that means that maybe you're lacking at the moment, sources to create bigger abundance, or any money. It may relate to your home, like stability. Maybe um, you are struggling again, as I mentioned, like to pay for the house, or to find a new home. And it doesn't feel like it's good right now, right? It really doesn't feel like it's going anywhere for the moment. But Five of Pentacles is a card that usually tells us that there is a way out of the situation. It's just not the obvious one. It's not the one you are looking for. But it also reminds you to keep faith. But maybe for now, settle for something. So for a different place that maybe doesn't suit you for a long term, but it's something for now. It talks about securing yourself before, let's say, the tragedy happens. So it also says that you do have the answer for your situation. You just need a little to be a little bit more active and a little bit more confident in your action, because if you stay passive as you did in the past, this won't change, right? And it may worsen as well. So you really need to take action, any type of action. I know sometimes we feel like we're really in a bad place, but you can ask for help. You can find something less, or find something temporary if it's like for a job. Just the universe is asking you in a way like to try in any type of way, and later the bigger abundance, the one you were waiting for, will come. Okay. Um so that's something to keep in mind. Although with the sun and the nine of wands, it makes me feel like you got burned a few times on the way. Okay, it feels like you're really not positive currently, or at least it's hard for you to stay positive, because there may be a lot of not a chaos, but a lot of things not going your way. Okay. And you're trying to stay on the track. Okay, you're staying trying to keep it um positive. You're trying to keep going the best way you can, right? But it does feel like it's scary for you at the moment, whatever the situation is. And maybe you're also like lacking answer to what to do, clarity on your situation, like where can I go to seek for help, or how can I move forward from this situation. It's a good reminder with the nine of wands that it's not the first time you're in trouble, let's say, or it's not a first time your situation is not the best, right? So you can rely on your past experience, that you already been in a situation like this, and it wasn't the end of the world. So maybe like a quick reminder that you are effective, and in the past you already managed to come out of a situation maybe similar to this, so you will manage to. Now that I see this present energy connecting to the past, um, it really feels like there may be something in your life that it's hard to get a solution for at the moment, so you're just trying to keep in there. Um and again, like, it really feels like it's something that is making you a bit tired of of the responsibilities of the world. Okay, so if you need to take a rest, I would take a rest. Okay. Um but also, again, I feel like majority of it is very mental game. So just remind yourself that you don't need to reach for the stars. You just need to survive this week or survive this month, and then it will get better, and maybe some more clarity will come. Okay. If this is about a connection in your life, that we talked about, like there may be someone new, or like new feelings coming up. But yeah, there's a lot of fear. Either you or the other person has a lot of fear. Someone may be very financially unstable, or just in general, like life unstable. So it can be either you or the other person. And even though like there's attraction here, and there are some like feelings blooming in, currently I see that there's too much fear around commitment. There's too much like what's it called, the scars from the past that doesn't seem like they're healed yet. Okay. So there are some nice feelings, but it doesn't feel like it's the right time for you or the other person to really come together, if I'm being honest, because there's too much individually to do in your own life to make yourself first priority, and to be on some level of stability to join any connection. Okay. So that's what I see for the moment. Let's see how it plays out in the future a little bit. Oh, thank God. I'm so happy I see the action card. Okay, they keep falling out, but we have the Hierophant. And one more. I was kind of waiting for this Eight of Wands, because I don't want this to be so sad. And everyone has this feelings of like, um, you know, life coming in with their um, you know problems and realities, and we need to deal with it, right? So everyone has a season where they feel a bit down or anxious, but again, like, I see you're coming out strongly in the future, so let's talk about it. It looks really nice. I see more power, okay, coming in. So you're making movements, okay, and that's exactly what I think you should do. So even if you cannot really go for what you really want at the moment, like regarding, I don't know, career or your stability in any way, shape, or form, you can still make action to get something, okay, and that will cause another action. So that's what it's kind of like saying here, that it feels like you are trying to better your situation, okay. So from this is a huge change from Four of Swords to Eight of Wands. It feels like you're realizing soon that that you need to take on some action in order for your situation to change, that there's no one coming to help you, right? I mean, of course you can ask for help, but there's no one coming to literally just save you. Like, you need to actively participate in order to change your fate. There may be some messages coming, there may be some money coming in, there may be some action coming to you, maybe that clarity that you're seeking. And regarding clarity, I see the Hierophant here, so it may be that there's someone coming in your life with a very big energy of guidance, or like like a teacher or someone older, smarter, more experienced, whom you can ask for help in the way of like advice. For example, it can be Hierophant is often related to like a preacher or someone from like like a what's it called, not like a guide, but also like a trainer, like a coach, right? Like some type of community like that, who seems to know how to help, or at least will be able to help you in a way. But don't look out for this person. It can also be an institution, so it can be just a place from like a home, or for some of you maybe a church, or any type of community. Maybe you have a group, maybe you have a social club. It feels like you can find some answers through people there, okay. It can also relate slightly to like networking in a safe environment that you trust, that is something that, like a traditional communal place, and that may give you some answers how to um yeah, get back on track, be a little bit more happy, because I think currently there is too many stressful emotions, this anxiety, this um and I feel like you're trying to stay positive, but you are sad, and that's okay. Like, you can be sad. For some of you, I also feel like this can be like a financial advisor. So any type of like a therapist or a coach who can help you specific to your situation. Okay, you taking action can be reaching out to a person like this. Okay, and very often we don't want to, like, for example, pay someone to help us financially, because we think, oh, we're spending money, but at the same time, this is a person who can really help you, right? This will be worth it. This is a good money spent, for example, for some of you. I also see here this Five of Wands, so be careful to not make unnecessary conflicts that are coming out just out of differences of you and the other group or a person, okay? Because Five of Wands is often telling that, because we are so different from each other, there can be like some miscommunication or some arguments, but it doesn't mean that someone means bad for you, or you are not meeting them well, but it's just that sometimes we forget that we're all different, people are different. So it's kind of, by the way, this feature, it kind of looks also like a university type of setting. So for some of you, those who are in school or university, there may be like a very rushed discussion, like a competition in your like university. It feels like you have a lot to say, it feels like you really want to power through that. There may be some like improvement here. Make sure you listen to everyone, like you are part of the discussion, you want to share your thoughts, but make sure you also listen to other points of view. That will help your growth, okay. Can be the same actually for a job setting, so make sure you try to cooperate, and um, don't fire up the conversation, or like the discussion, okay. Try to find the middle ground. um yeah, for some of you, those who are maybe more shy or not always sure of what you want to say, it feels like this time in the future, it feels like you're preparing to say more. Okay, it feels like you really want your point to get across, your word to matter, which is also like a really nice energy. And yeah, it's supportive here. It feels like you do have something important to say. Um, when it comes to relationships, going back to this, if there's new relationship, make sure you understand each other's traditions, and if you're from different cultures, there may be like clash of ideas, of realities. You know, when you're raised in different households, if you're from different cultures, there may be some you know, unusual things coming out, and make sure you don't fight with that person. If it's a partner or if it's a new person you're meeting, make sure you both understand where your ideas are coming from, right? Because we all have values, we all think stuff, but we don't communicate on why we think the way. So it's good, before you start an argument or you want to argue because someone did something wrong or something you think is wrong, it's better to explain the person where you're coming from, right? If it's your culture, religion, a house, right? Before you start an argument. This is a really nice energy. Maybe also some of you will be traveling soon. Maybe that will change your situation. Okay, because it feels like whatever you are currently, it's just not working for you. So there needs to be a change. I'm not saying all of you have to travel, but maybe for some of you that is the option. So if you're thinking that that's something that could help, traveling somewhere, I don't know, for a job, going back to your family, traveling outside of your family, then yes, there's a big yes here. That it could be something that may help you. You know, maybe you're traveling to a university abroad. For some of you, that's also what's coming, which I understand the stress, you know. I think you're currently just in the process of some changes, because maybe in the past things are not working out in some of the sectors of your life, and you just want to change it. You know, you need to, you know, go look for something else. Okay. um I don't feel these energies are like really negative. It feels like you're just in a period of time where, you know, there can be some bumps on the road, and you do feel a bit tired, so please pay attention to that. Okay, don't exhaust yourself mentally. Don't add stress to your life in a way of like putting yourself down, you know, because again, like, you know, you're effective, so you will get out of it. You know, you may be just very tired already, and maybe you like burned yourself already a few times. If it feels like you also like, if you're creating something, it feels like you were trying out different ways, and maybe some of them didn't work, or the ones you cared for didn't work, and you're like, oh, I don't want to do it any other way, but maybe it's time to try. Okay, and something will come out of it. Like maybe you need to try the way you didn't want to do something, and slowly but surely you will get on track again. Okay, so like I would, I'm I feel like almost a hanged man energy, even though don't have it here. Like you need to change a bit your perspective, or settle for something maybe you didn't want to do that much, but it may help you only for like some time, right? So you can get this action. And we want to push through with the Eight of Wands energy. Okay, let's see now. Love, yes, Seven of Cups, money and self. Oops, we have the Emperor. Ooh, it's getting better. Perfect. Okay, and the self. Okay, we have Page of Swords. Yeah. Okay. So, for the love, we have Seven of Cups. Okay, and when I say love, you know, it can be romantic love, but if none of you are in a romantic relationship, or you're not even looking of that, you can just take this connection as, you know, as something you have with your friend or with a family member. Take it as it resonates. Okay. So when it comes to connecting love, relationships, Seven of Cups is telling us that there's choices. Okay. So if you are in a relationship, it feels like you're maybe not sure what to do next regarding your partnership. Okay. So once again, it feels like there is some blockage. Maybe you don't want to get hurt again, so you don't know if you should invest really in this partnership, okay, the way you would normally invest. There are some feelings here. They're very fresh though, so I don't feel like majority of you are in like a very long-term relationship. If you are, it feels like you need to have more conversation. There's some conflict again, surrounding like a tradition or family. Maybe you have different values and you never talked about it. So with Seven of Cups, it feels like in order to make a choice, or in order to know what you're choosing, you need to be very very honest with yourself, okay, and the other person, regarding what is that you believe in and how do you want this relationship to come, if to come in a higher commitment. It feels like one person wants a higher commitment and the other person is very much you know like, it's not that they don't want to, it's just that they're scared and they don't really, like there's some people who are like not for marriage. It kind of gives that vibe. So like they're scared of higher commitment, avoidant a bit. And you may try to talk to this person, but it can end up, or it is ending up in a discussion, because you both are coming from different points. If you want higher commitment and that person just doesn't want the higher commitment the way you understand it, then the conflict is kind of unresolvable here, okay. You need to understand that your reality of commitment may be different. And with Seven of Cups, sometimes we want to avoid this reality. We want to pretend like no, that's not an issue, and we still like looking out for different reasons or excuses, but reality is that if this is a different value situation and no one wants to step down and understand the other person, maybe it's just not a relationship that will go uh, forward, okay. And again, if this is a new connection, it's the same. Like, it's better to because if you don't understand where the other person is coming from, it will just end up all the time in these two energies, which is like misunderstanding and feeling defeated. Yeah. Okay, for those of you who is this is like more like a friendship, it it basically is the same, honestly. But you may feeling like you're losing a friend because you may be just growing apart naturally. Okay, so again, there needs to be a conversation when there's more listening. Okay, someone is not really listening as well. Maybe someone is talking a lot. So if this is you, well, try to listen more. If this is the other person, let them know that you don't feel like they are hearing you, okay. It doesn't feel like it's the end of the conversation of the connection, but it feels like there needs to be like some serious talk about what we value and what we're not telling each other. I don't feel like you're lying or the other person is lying, but there is misunderstanding because you have different dictionaries for the same words, okay. For those who maybe read Milan Kundera's book, there was like a dictionary in a couple. So for all of us, words can have different meaning, and in a couple or in any relationship connection, it's good to understand what we mean behind the words we say, okay. So that would be regarding love and partnership. Okay, let's check out your money stability situation. Actually, I'm very, very happy to see the Emperor here because I was scared for you with this Five of Pentacles. But it feels like with the Emperor, you're getting back on track. Okay, for majority of you, I really got that securing energy. It may be that you're just learning how to be the Emperor. So you're learning how to manage your kingdom in a metaphorical way. It feels like you're seeking advice. Maybe you're attending seminars. Maybe you're just generally learning about your finances, which is very, very good. Um, Keep in mind there's many different ways to handle your finances, right? So find something that is good for you. Maybe you're in a process of trying different stuff. That's why like there feels like there was some defeating. Maybe you've invested incorrectly, or maybe you lost a little bit of money, but it's not like you lost everything. It just feels like for now you should hold on to what you have and try save as much as possible. And it feels like in the future there is some like higher management coming in and teaching you about your stability, how to make it better. Okay, so again, like maybe you're just like learning how to invest, save your money better, okay, than what you're doing currently. Maybe it's if you're seeking for a job, it feels like maybe currently you're not getting much, or you're getting things you don't really want to get, right? But it feels like there's more messages coming. So just keep applying for new jobs. Or if this is like an ask for promotion, keep asking, keep telling what you want. And it feels like there is something that is coming in that will be more aligned with you, with how you, again, the hierophant is strongly for me like the value card, so it will be more aligned with your values. Okay, if you're like interviewing, keep in mind again, check like the company with five of wands, make sure you don't say anything inappropriate, like check the cultural setting, check what the company stands for and stuff like that. Okay, if this is like a change or you're applying for a job, if you need a promotion, again, like try to um keep yourself very peaceful with the other coworkers, and keep the communication open. Yeah, so I feel like if you're struggling right now, it is coming better, it's going to be better, but you need to focus on saving, you need to focus on applying. Don't be scared to try different things, so you can try outside of your field, for example. Okay, maybe also soon you will be finding that you need some extra school, extra like academic, or maybe some certification, and you should also go for it. Okay, it feels like it may help you a lot. So yeah, so for those of you that are worried at the moment, I feel like there's not that much to worry about, because in the future it feels like situation is getting better. Of course it won't get better by itself, you need to actively put in the work, but it is coming, like the change is coming, I can see it very clearly. So that's good, that's good, it's gonna be better. Just focus on saving and trying. Okay, but don't gamble, don't try to invest anymore if you're doing that, because it feels like this is not the way. Okay, try to do it something that is, with low risk and stable. um, Networking as well, yeah, it's coming in, as I mentioned before, like with five of wands. Okay, so um, we have page of swords for your relationship with yourself. This is for me like health, mind, body, your mental space. So with page of swords, I feel like for some time maybe you were in a very like a dreamy stage about everything, maybe in your life, or about like something specific. It whatever resonates with you, but it feels like you thought a lot, you maybe even overthink about a lot of stuff, and again, it goes back to the fact that now we need to take action, right? Like the ideas you have are great, the dreams are possible to make, you just need to step in. And again, I feel like you're doing it with the eight of wands. There is a movement in the future. It also may be this the sun card in this deck is represented by Ikar, so it also may be that you just um, for some of you, you relied a bit too much on your dreams, let's say, and you didn't look for your, situation, maybe like a financial situation, and you just like, let's say, spend the money for some dreams you had, but it wasn't like a stable plan. So for some of you, that's why you came to the point where you are. Okay. For others, it could just be life. It sometimes hits harder. You lose job, or you change it, or you change the place where you live, and stuff happens, so it's okay. Or in your when it comes to your body, I don't feel anything specific. It may be that you may have slight headaches, because again, like I feel this anxiety, this overthinking, and you may be sleeping a little bit more than usual. So maybe it's good to just quickly check with the doctor what is that about. Maybe you're just overly stressed, which makes sense as well. It feels like it's changing for now. Just again, it needs a bit more action. So even like a simple exercise before bed or in the morning may help you with better sleep, with not overthinking, with letting your mind rest a little bit. Okay. So that's what I see here when it comes to your body, your mental health. You have a lot of good ideas. It's just that it is just that, right? Ideas, and we need to push them forward in order to make them happen, Virgo. And for Virgos, it's often overthinking, right? Or being scared that you make the wrong choice, which, yeah, understandable. Okay, let's see some advice at the end. Okay, what can you focus on now? The High Priestess. Okay, so, and King of Swords. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it feels like you know, sometimes you may have tendency to think like you know it all, and then again, that's why this conflict may end. So I feel like overall, to all the stages that we talked about today, you need to, or it would be good for you to, you know, connect a little bit more emotionally to yourself, okay, to release all that mind tension, and maybe hear a little bit more of, or seek some advice, instead of thinking that maybe you know everything already or you have all the information necessary, okay, because it does feel like something is missing. So there is some information that are not available for you right now, and for you at the moment, it would be better to just stop and try to listen, try to do some research before you make another step. That could be a good action. Do some research, again, like new study, maybe getting to take some certification from school, or seeking for guidance. That would be good. Someone who is more advanced in the profession you're looking for, or in life, or in the area you're you know, anxious about. When it comes to like any connections, it's a time to listen instead of being right. Okay, King of Swords in this position, he likes to have the last word, and he's always right, which is, you know, not true. So maybe it's better to just try to understand the other person on an emotional level. Okay, try to be a little bit more emotionally wiser instead of just needing to have a right. Okay, even if you're convinced you're in the right, try to see what would happen if you're not and actually the other person is. Like, just like, you know, try out this scenario, okay, because it feels like there needs to be just more understanding, emotional understanding, okay. So yeah, that would be advice with the High Priestess as well. In this position, it's always good to try some meditation, try yoga, try connect yourself to your higher consciousness, because it feels you're trying to be very, very logical, but also your information at the moment are limited, so it won't help either way. It's better to trust a little bit your intuition and try to calm your mind so you can feel in the situation you're in, okay. Because it feels like your mind is trying to take over control over everything without having full information. And the information may come, you may want to go get it, but yeah, just please avoid fighting, or being in the right, or needing to be in the right. Okay, try to fill in the situation a bit more, Virgo, for this month. Okay, let's try it out for this month. Okay, so let's see some messages, additional messages from the moon, and then we'll go to the other oracles. So, what we have for Virgo for the month of September. Okay, we have two messages. Okay, balance spirituality and practicality. You know, I wouldn't say it better. This is exactly, if you know anything about tarot, this is exactly what these two cards symbolize. Okay, balance between spirituality and practicality. King of Swords likes to be practical and likes to be logical, and again have hits right. And the High Priestess is all about the other sphere, which is spirituality. So yeah, there needs to be a balance between that. You cannot just heal yourself one way or another. Okay, so keep that in mind. And then we have a win-win outcome is forecast. Yeah, I feel like it is. I feel like the change, the good change is coming. Okay, if it's a relationship, maybe it's even coming for like both of you. But then again, you need a balance and listening, more listening and less being against each other. Okay, and more openness. You know, with the Seven of Cups, really try to um, be honest about your current situation. Don't lie to yourself just to make it, you know, lighter, or to do not try to fight. Like, no, you need to have a constructive conversation. So in order to do so, you need to take everything out on the table, just in a very balanced way. Okay, and one more from these circles here. I just distorts it. We have fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposite extremes of life. Wow, holding the opposite. I like that. So again, I don't feel like if this is like a connection, I don't feel like it has to like, you know, fell off or like end. It just feels like you need to understand each other and appreciate the differences. Okay. Surrender to that higher understanding. Okay. Don't be scared of it, because I feel like for some of you, either you or the other person may be scared to really open that but it's something that kind of needs to happen in order to progress. And it's the same for your life, like financial or anything you're doing in your life at the moment. It kind of, you need to surrender to these changes and the fact that you need to learn more, okay, about different cases. And maybe this can be just different from what you were expecting, or different from what you're usually doing. That's why the opposite, right? And sometimes can be challenging. But again, I feel like the good energy, the good positive outcome is coming. So just hold on there, Virgo, and try to take some actions for the future. Okay, this is just like a little reinvention right next to new one in Virgo, by the way, which is your energy. So I think with a new structure, with some routine, you'll be able to move past this. Okay, and you will come out more experienced with new knowledge, or on a better position. I feel like financially as well, or if it's not really just financially, instability in general. Okay, so thank you so much, Virgo, for today. Thank you for letting me tell you a little bit about your September. I hope everything will work out the best way possible, and I'll see you in the next reading next month. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to subscribe, you can hit the button below. You can give me a like or a comment if this resonates with you. You can also check out my TikTok channel, or book a private reading if you would like a more personal message. So, thank you so much. Have a great month, and I'll see you in the next video.